again, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. I'm somewhat surprised to be recording a video. I didn't plan to, right? Didn't plan to. Today is the Jewish holiday of Purim. It's also St. Patrick's Day, so I'm recording this on Thursday, March 17th. And what did Patrick become a saint for? Maybe I should Google that. I have no idea. You know, St. Valentine's. St. Valentine, and I'm not sure if I'm right, okay? This is Jewish folklore, but might be a Baba-Meister, right? But apparently St. Valentine really didn't like Jews, right? Really super hated Jews. So there you go. But, you know, chocolate's nice. So I don't know what St. Patrick was canonized for. I'm sure some good reason, okay? And again, if I'm wrong about St. Valentine's Day, I have never done the research. I don't know. But I always thought that was funny. Anyway, I wasn't planning on making a video today. It's a Jewish holiday of Purim and also St. Patrick's Day. They are intersecting, which is probably, you know, a sign of the upcoming apocalypse. Also, you know, world powers wanting to rush to nuclear war. That might be a sign of the apocalypse too. You know, it's you know, there's this thing in Judaism. There's a thing, segula. How do you translate that? Like a good omen, like a like when you go to like a holy man, like a Rabbi, and he gives you like an amulet to that will help you with whatever, you know, love, whatever. So this doesn't really happen, right? It's called, but like, you know, or if you're ever in Israel, there's if you go to Rachel's tomb, everybody has these little bits of red twine they put around their wrist that come from that. That's a segula, one of those things. So you know, a segula for making money, you know, parnassa. These ones are pretty good. So one day somebody went to a rabbi and said, "Rabbi, what's the best thing for you know making money? What's the best segula for you know parnassa?" And the rabbi looked at him and said, "Getting a job. Normally, getting a job." So yeah, what's the best omen of the end of the world? Russia and America really rushing to war, right? That might be an omen. I don't know. You who knows this? Anyway, so it's Purim Day. Purim Day is the Jewish piss-up day. It's the Orthodox Jewish piss-up day. It's starting at my friend's house in about 45 minutes. I don't want to get there that early, okay? I don't want to get that. I like to break in gently. I'm an older guy, right? Anyway, I saw this article, and I'm like, yeah, no, this is one we're going to need to talk about. This is certainly what we're going to have to do. I got about, as I said, an hour to kill, so I think I'll make this video, right? I might live stream. I might do a drunk live stream later today, which will be in the past for you watching this. But yeah, that's the type of weird cross-temporal coordinates that you have when you have a YouTube Doctor Who channel and a lot of booze. Okay, fine. Like, share, subscribe. If you could, that'd be lovely. This article is Screenrant. Screenrant is convinced. And I love... Yeah, if you ever seen Blackadder, I recommend it. But Blackadder has a character in it called Baldric. Baldric, not the brightest spark, right? Not the sharpest tool in the bench. And he always had, like... he got to, like, the full season. His like, catchphrase was, "Oh, my lord, I have a cunning plan." And one episode of the full season said, "Baldric is the world's cunning plan marching towards you with undeserved confidence." And the undeserved confidence is how Screenrant writes. So they think they've worked out how to fix Doctor Who. Oh boy, it's going to be so good. They've worked it all out. They're going to fix it all. And then they also point out in an article right next to it, but it does need fixing because it's the best ever, right? It's the best as ever. I don't know how often they do these things. Like, really, this is not the first video like this I've made, but boy, you know, it's a gift that keeps on giving. Fine, like, share, subscribe, all those things are fan-dabby. Double dozy, thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. Even if the comment is like, "Oh my god, these people are morons," because, oh my god, these people are indeed morons. Like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. Sign up to my Substack, my email newsletter. I didn't do my NFTs yesterday. I hoped, but no, didn't get to them. I got 13 days left at the end of the month. I'm going to make them this month, right? It's in the video notes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, my Substack is a email newsletter. You get all my content and some comic books I throw in there as well, because I just love you all, and it's free. And then there's a paid one where I'm giving out NFTs. I think I'll give out some other comics as well to that one, because you know what? That's just the kind of guy I am, baby. That's just the way I roll. So yeah, if you want to throw around my $5, I won't stop you, baby. It's like hopefully I'm the rabbi in this situation. Fine, like, share, subscribe, comment, Substack, all those things are good. Let's look at this bit of genius. Doctor Who already knows how to fix its biggest companion problem. They don't need now look at that. When I do this, it's going to go right off. It's going to make me refresh it. Unless, if I do this, whoa, I come back. There you go. That did the trick. The biggest companion problem. Really, it's not. They keep coming up with things that are like, no. It's nothing to do with Jodie Whittaker being terrible at Doctor Who. It's nothing to do with the scripts being off. It was just this little thing. And if you fix that, it would have been no. Okay, no. There's no little fix to this, okay? The little fix is getting rid of Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall and everybody else. Okay, basically, it's like, just make a vortex, have them all sucked down into. Having said that, whoever designed the Cyberman costume for the Chibnall era, they can stay. They did a good job, right? I like that. The production design, actually in general, hasn't been bad. It's just been like a little bit detracted because Jodie Whittaker's been prancing around in front of it. By the way, I have to say this is a disclaimer, because the crazes, they be crazy. So if you like the Jodie Whittaker era, right? If you're one of those people, if you're one of the people hate watching and you really love the Jodie Whittaker era, that's groovy, baby. That's groovy. I don't understand why you think I don't like you. Why you think I'm telling you, oh no, you're not a real fan. No, yes you are. You can like whatever you like. It just happens to be a lot of those people turn out not to be real fans. I'll tell you exactly what it's like. Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe you'll relate to this better now in 2022 than you would in 2015, right? Because for years Israel's there's a narrative about Israel, right? I don't like how we're the brutal dictators and we oppress the Palestinians. We really don't. It's really nonsense. Okay, I have to tell you, it's as nonsense as every other narrative you see flying around, right? Whatever. It's not like we're living in peace and harmony, but like it's kind of like I think what most of us would like. Anyway, oftentimes where they have these outrageous lies, like these, Israel is harvesting organs from Palestinian children, like these outrageous lies, right? They always call them legitimate criticism, right? Legitimate criticism. And it never, ever, ever is. Whenever anybody says legitimate criticism, it never is. And whenever you legitimately criticize anybody who says the word legitimate criticism, they lose it. When you point out, say, by the way, Jeremy Corbyn, you're a massive anti-Semite just going by the legal dictionary definition of the word, right? Yeah. Oh no, that's not legitimate criticism. Same thing. It's the same thing. Fine. So yeah, no. So most of the time they say, I'm just legitimately criticizing Israel. They're not. Most of the time, I've met people who have said they are fans of the current era, and there are at least 3 I've met who are genuine fans of it. So I'm saying most of the interactions I had have been people who really just don't like Doctor Who that much in general, as it turns out. But I'm saying that doesn't mean that's everybody, okay? So if you're a fan of this era, groovy. I'm glad you like it, okay? I wish I liked it too. I wish I was with you, but I'm just not. Anyway, so they say they fixed the problem. What's the problem? With the Chris Chibnall era of Doctor Who drawing to a close, Russell T Davies has a chance to fix the show's biggest problem with its companions. Now, I will point out, and if I can find it, I'll put this on the thumbnail. David Tennant had a lot of companions at the same time in the TARDIS, and that was kind of like, the definition of the Russell T Davies Doctor Who, right? It really was. It was such a defining factor, the relationship between this like bizarre found family. right? Of the people that was Doctor Who, right? Because that's Russell T Davies, right? It was such a core part of it. So, just having the Doctor and one companion, yeah, I don't really see it happening. But anyway, so what's the biggest problem with the companions is they're written like pieces of paper with no personality, right? That's the problem with the companions. That they're all garbage and they're written because they're written like garbage, much like the Doctor is written like garbage. Well, I have to say, this is quite a decent piece of Doctor artwork they got here. Jodie Whittaker. Although, a lot of times I see these paintings and I think they look pretty good, and then find out they're like digital tracings, essentially. But a new Doctor Who is right around the corner, thank God. And returning showrunner Russell T Davies knows how to fix the series' growing companion problem. It doesn't have one, right? It doesn't have one. It has a growing Jodie Whittaker problem. It has a growing Chris Chibnall problem. It has a pretty pretty Matt Stevens problem. I think the Piers Wenger problem did grow quite a bit as well. Davies left the show in 2010 following the 10th Doctor, David Tennant's regeneration. Subsequent storylines have been handled by two different head writers. Stephen Moffat, a writer who can write stories. You might not have liked his era, right? You might not have liked his stuff. You can't really fault his quality of his writing, right? I understand Labyrinthine. It was overly clever a lot of the time, but like, it's not like Doctor Who did so badly under Chibnall, now is it? I mean, honestly, I love Capaldi. I think Capaldi was fantastic. I think that first season did not serve him well, and I think that really set the trajectory for Capaldi. I really think his final season was the best, and very few people agree with me on this one. But we didn't do so badly with Capaldi, with Moffat, did we? Stephen Moffat, a writer of some repute, and Chris Chibnall, somebody destined to remain unemployed. Are you intrigued to know what he's going to do next? I mean, how do you follow up Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who? Like, how do you follow that up? Like, I completely destroyed the show. That's very valuable and has been done well for 50 years. I'm intrigued to see where he goes next. These changes to the core writing team have used different relationships between the Doctor and their companions. Yes and no, okay? The relationship between, Matt Smith's Doctor and Amy Pond was qualitatively different between, the 10th Doctor's, David Tennant's relationship with Rose, right? Because they were different characters that they met under different circumstances, because they're characters, they're not ciphers, they're not genders and skin colors and sexual orientations, right? That they are more than that. And for all of Bill Potts' relentless mentioning of her gayness, like relentless, and how it was always brought up. Oh, bringing a girl home, like over and over and over and over again. She was still a three-dimensional real character, which I don't think you can say that about Yaz. Right, adding like some character traits in 3/4 of the way through her performance. For no reason that doesn't make any sense, and then have her fall in love with the Doctor. Again, it just doesn't really work. If you have a good actor who can like project character onto a blank piece of paper, like I think Bradley Walsh, really, quite frankly, if you're looking at the Jodie Whittaker era, or what's it called again, Ray McNally, he was in Flux. He was probably one of the only good things in Flux. Same as Star Trek Discovery, which is legitimately awful. They got this new character in it called Tarka, who's an evil white man, who's actually quite a good actor. I like his performance in this, right? I like him being on screen. Other than this is Star Trek Discovery, and I want to like poke my eyes out rather than watch it. These changes of the core writing have changed it differently between the Doctor and the companions, which is especially evident during the Chibnall run with the show. Yes, because they weren't characters, right? There was the brown one, there was the black one, and there was a white one. There was the boy one who we're gonna subvert expectation and have him be the screamer. We're gonna have the stunning and brave girl who's brown, and she's just stunning and brave and the bestest at everything. And then weirdly enough, we have Bradley Walsh, who became quite likable. I think because he was played by a human being, right? That might as well somebody who's good at pretending to be a human being, at the very least. I think Bradley Walsh is probably a decent bloke. He seems okay. Jodie Whittaker's Doctor ushered in a new era for the show. Oh, that ain't that the truth? The first female Doctor not only systematically changed the Time Lord's power over those she met. What? What power? What? The Time Lord's power over those she met, but also opened the TARDIS doors for more returning companions than the show has ever seen. Again. You had Rose, Mickey, and Captain Jack in 2005. All together in TARDIS wasn't really a problem. You had, for most of Moffat's run, it was Rory and Amy, and they often picked up a third person. It's not, it's not what they're saying, right? It's not what they're saying. I understand on the poster, on the DVD cover, you have the Doctor and one companion. It was usually a lot more than that. For Chibnall's first and second series, the Doctors eventually were accompanied by three partners, Yaz, Graham, and Ryan, with the latter two actors leaving the show in 2021 and running for the hills. How about your toes, mate? Toes said, we gotta run! Yes, that happened. With the later with season 13, added John Bishop's stand to the team. Didn't get much better, did it? No, it didn't. It didn't. But look, John Bishop had a great time doing it. They all said, "Oh, we had a great time doing it." They burst into tears many times. We heard the story many times over. The sheer number of travelers accompanied Whittaker's Doctor has led to one of the biggest problems with Chibnall's with the Chibnall Doctor Who era. Introducing a new companion can only be achieved in a singular episode, and while it again, Rose introduced Rose, obviously, Mickey and Jackie, right, and the Doctor, and the concept of Doctor Who, and time travel, and the Autons, and the nested intelligence, and Clive. Right, and an Alton wheelie bin, right? Introduce all those things in 45 minutes, 43 minutes is my guess, right? Did any of them seem like they got short shift? By the time we ended that episode, did we have a rough idea who they were? If we didn't, when they came back in World War III and Aliens of London, I think we had a pretty good idea who they were by the end of that, didn't we? Yes? Okay. And they all got introduced in a single episode. So what you're talking there, in scientific terms, is called bollocks, right? You're talking a load of old bollocks. They're not young, firm bollocks. No, I'm talking about old bollocks, old, saggy bollocks. That's what you're talking, mate. Introducing a new companion can only be achieved in a singular episode, and while it's reasonable that this may take a bit longer when the show is also tasked with introducing a new Doctor, a number of companions in Chibnall's series has meant that no individual member has been allowed to develop. Again, Rose, one episode, and you knew who Jackie was at the end of it, didn't you? Right? I mean, that's what good writing is. It was like, you know what you really kind of, you got to understand Jackie in a lot of ways, right? How she was kind of scheming so that Rose could sell a story, right? And she propositioned the Doctor, oh, there's a man in my bedroom, right? And yes, I would. You kind of got a feeling who she was, right? You got, and because they're recognizable people, right? They're recognizable people who were characters who we all freaking knew. We all knew a Mickey, right? We all knew a Mickey down the pub, right? We all know a Rose. We all know a lot of jackets, right? we do, right? And because they're real people. Nobody knows any of these three, right? Nobody has ever met a Yaz. Has anybody ever met somebody who was stunning and brave and great at everything? Really? I don't think so. The biggest problem, the sheer number of travelers. The quick fix for Davis' upcoming series will be to return to its roots and cut the people in the TARDIS down to 2. Again. Do you not really? Have you ever seen this show? Right? Have you ever seen? I have to tell you, it worked during Peter Davison's era as well. I mean, yes, you had to have Nissegoff and have a nap for a story, but then you got distracted because it was Kindred. That was wonderful. But other than that, it was fine. It was fine. The quick fix. The quick fix is being able to write. That's a quick fix. Unlike many of the Doctor's previous companions, the show's provided very little backstory for those attached to Jodie Whittaker's incarnation. Yes, because he can't bloody write! Yes! Oh, you noticed that, did you? Did you? You pick up on that? Good. What has been added, Ryan's dyspraxia or loves Yaz's love for the Doctor or mental health problems after being bullied in Yorkshire for being a Muslim. It's like being bullied in Yorkshire for being a Yorkshireman. It's like being bullied in Yorkshire for being a sheep. I mean, really? No, there's a few of them there. I assume that's where they have sheep in Yorkshire. I don't know. I don't really know Yorkshire that well. Okay. And Ezra's love for the Doctor appears more an afterthought than an intrinsic part of their personalities. Yes, because they don't have any intrinsic part of their personalities. Because they don't have... Here's the word you're looking for. Personalities, right? They don't have personalities. Because they're not people. They're ciphers. With all three companions being added to the show, debuting along the Doctor, Chibnall has never been able to flesh out the group past a few basic defining traits. Again, Rose. Everybody introduced in the same episode. Doctor, Rose, Jackie, Mickey. Aliens of London, World War III. We all know them very well, right? We all know them very well at the end. Don't read my emails, right? Remember that line? Yeah, that tells you a lot. One line, you get to learn a lot. A cheeky, funny, but you can't do it with these characters because one of them's brown, and they can't do anything bad if they're brown. No, not allowed. And she's a woman too, and another one's black, and well, that's just no. Nothing bad can be. You can't say anything bad about any of them, or they can't do anything bad. That's the thing. They can't have any personalities. There's never been able to inflate. This is such a bullcrap argument, isn't it? An overcrowded title leaves to an overcrowded story. Not really. They're simplistic. I mean, really. I've decided to do this. By the way, I'm toying around with the idea. I'm going to do in-depth reviews of classic Jodie episodes. We're going to start with Rosa. Episodes where they said, when they went, oh, it's so great, right? And I've only ever seen it once. Now I'm going to go through it again with hindsight and a critical eye and a lot of screen grabs. I wonder if it's going to come out so well. And when I was watching it, I wanted to like it as well. So, wonder how hindsight is going to factor into that. Dyspraxia. Overcrowded leads to overcrowded story without any room for characters developed, and the recent series have struggled to provide any link between the audience and the lead characters. Again, nothing to do with the numbers. It'll be exactly the same if there was one Doctor and one companion in the and it's not. I mean, we had Dr. Ruth as well. At this point, the comparison can be drawn with the 10th Doctor, Donna Noble, after she appeared in the 2006 special The Runaway Bride. Noble returned in the 2008 Partner in Crime. And most of this introductory episode was dedicated to establishing the new companion's relationship with the Doctor. Worldviews and family. The clear foundations of the companion. Again, you can say exactly the same thing about Rose, right? Exactly the same. The clear foundation of the companion is what made Davis's Doctor Who great. In setting up again, not a problem, really, was it? In setting, wait a minute, have you seen Torchwood? First episode of Torchwood, I believe, was written by Russell Lee Davies, right? Everything changes, and you got introduced to a lot of characters, didn't you? Right? Owen, all of them, right? You got introduced to a bunch of characters, and you got to know who they all are in one episode. This is such a bollocks argument, right? It just doesn't bear any relationship to reality. In setting up blah blah blah. provided the identification of the audience, the character can be followed over the course of the series. Yeah, it's 101 for writing a character. If the show's going to return to the level of character development as characters, they also have to limit the number of people consistently in the TARDIS. No, he doesn't. He may choose to, but he doesn't have to. You know why he doesn't have to? Because he knows how to bloody write. That makes a difference, right? He knows how to write. Former showrunner Stephen Moffat eventually found success in bringing both Amy Pond and Rory Williams. Eventually, 3 episodes in? Oh yes, we was it 3 episodes? What you had? You had 11th Hour, that followed by was it that the one on the spaceship England, which wasn't that great, and then. Remember what came next. It wasn't that long before Rory was there, right? It really wasn't that long. In fact, Rory was alongside Matt Smith's 11th Doctor, but this was done by making them indispensable to the plot through ambitious long-term writing across multiple series. You mean exactly like Chibnall's tried to do, but failed horribly, right? And should be considered the exception rather than the rule. Again, just go back and watch Russell T Davies' Doctor Who, right? By going back to 2 leads, Doctor Who will be able to once again provide development and clear character arcs through the series, escaping the biggest problem of the Chibnall era showrunner. The biggest problem with the Chibnall era showrunner was Chibnall, right? So it's like they say there's a big problem, right? Big problem in the Chibnall era. However, that's what they say out one side of their mouth. Out the other side of their mouth, and this was published 11 hours ago, and this was 6 hours ago, okay? 10 TV revivals that were better than the original shows. And this list will blow your freaking mind, right? Freaking mind. Honorable mentions, 21-22 Jump Street. I've never seen it. I really should watch that. Okay, The Muppets from 2015 is better than The Muppet Show. Are you out of your mind? The Muppet Show is awesome. And go and watch the one with Mark Hamill in it. It's just relentlessly good. It was fun. It was charming. It was for the whole family, and everybody liked it. This lasted a season, and it was all about soap opera stuff going on behind the scenes, and it wasn't that good. The Muppet Show is a piece of TV history featuring an array of talented guest stars and really cementing the Muppets characters themselves in the entertainment landscape. It was a chaotic, full of life with a range of musical and brilliant sketches. But it hasn't aged quite as well as you would expect. I saw it like a couple of months ago. It's wonderful. And the Muppets was a revival that took the characters in a completely different direction, and it failed, right? It just crashed into its face. Did it last a season? It lasted 1 season, I think. It was arguably better than the original variety show with expertly crafted story beats, and the show that the Muppets is more adult in context. Well, I mean, what they should have done if they want to update the Muppets is make it kind of like a you don't really have them anymore. Like, it's weird. I was going to say like the Daily Show or a late night TV. You have them, but they're not really watched by anyone, right? It should have them be like a YouTube show. Like, they should make the Muppets like a Crowder YouTube show or Spotify or something like that. Like a Joe Rogan type of a show, right? And that would be fun. It didn't last long, but it did make a lasting impact. No, it didn't. No, it didn't last long, and it didn't make a lasting impact. Doctor Who, and they used this picture, right, to say that New Who is better than classic, which it isn't, because New Who is classic, apart from this garbage. Doctor Who is a complete classic that helped build science fiction genre in the context of British television. It's a powerhouse of the BBC, but absent for years until its surprise reboot. It wasn't rebooted, it was revived. It's different. The concept of the show rests in its protagonist regenerating before evolving seemingly forever. No. So they want to say Doctor Who. This Doctor Who is better. They want to say this is better than that crappy Pyramid to Mars, right? This better than City of Death. This better than Tomb of the Cybermen. Oh yeah, no question. The original run had its place in Who history, but recent editions has surpassed them in terms of quality, costumes, locations, performances, and writing. Not the last few years, and scale. Scale, yes. Doctor Who has become a global franchise in the way the original could never have dreamed of. Don't think anybody dreamed of that way. The next one is insane. Star Trek Discovery. You want to tell me that's better than Star Trek? Okay, I just want to hear that rationale. Yeah. Perhaps it's unfair to pick out Star Trek Discovery in particular, but there had not been an ongoing Star Trek-based serial for some time, including Discovery. Nothing to do with Star Trek whatsoever. Picard doesn't quite match the original format, and Lower Decks concept is a concept in itself without any predecessors. No, Lower Decks is entirely the awful, done badly by idiots who have no idea what they're doing. Discovery seems to be the perfect successor to the much-loved weekly sci-fi installments. What? 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 How? How is it the perfect successor? What? 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 It's not a perfect successor. So much as weekly sci-fi installments, it's visually gorgeous. Yeah, fair enough. At least their first season, the first half of the first season, and allow the audience to get deep within the lore of this universe. It's completely different to the Star Trek universe. It's a golden age of Trekkers currently. It's really, if it's a golden age of Trekkies, then why is Star Trek fandom shrunk down smaller than Doctor Who fandom, right? Because you've basically told the fans we don't like you and we hate you, right, over and over again. And Discovery is leading charge with a modern attempt at a familiar format. Master of the Universe Revelation, people hated it. I saw the first half of season 1. I quite liked it. I don't think I can keep reading these things. I told you this was going to be a shorter video. This is just melting my mind. No, I can't. I'm not going to get it. The Flash. So The Flash was good for the first few years. I finally had an escape route when they did Crisis on Infinite Earths, and I could get out. But basically, it had changed completely by the time I left from being a completely female-dominated show, which all this stuff is female. Everything is always female-dominated, right? That's like the common denominator. Flash, Master of the Universe, Star Trek Discovery, Doctor Who. Well, Muppets, I guess. They're more like chickens than females. Cobra Kai. Okay, so I haven't finished season 3 of Cobra Kai, but I have liked it so far. I guess they're just throwing it in there because I heard it hasn't jumped the shark. I hope it hasn't. DuckTales. Really? Look, I'm not qualified to judge there on DuckTales. iCarly, my kids watched the original, they watched the follow-up, they got about 2 or 3 episodes in, and they said, it's garbage. And my kids are grown up now, right? They said it was garbage. Animaniacs looks terrible. Now, I love the original Animaniacs. I didn't know they made a new one. They're wacky and zany and out of control. It's the Animaniacs, who died audience for years until their cancellation. The type of meta humor fans and I'm thinking of Pinky and the Brain, not Animaniacs. Oh no, Pinky and the Brain was in Animaniacs, wasn't it? Would be familiar. The show turned up to a level in the revival series, though, with the studio not holding back at all. It's unclear who the audience of this show of this series is, or not a bunch of women, which is what everything else was you show me, considering it appealed mainly to younger and earlier fans of the original alike. I guess it's for parents who are watching it with their kids, right? When they put their kids in front of something. While the material may be funnier and the animation may be crisper, it's ultimately the risk that the show takes that showcases how far it's come compared to its first outing. It's not making me want to watch it, right? That's not an approbation that made me go, oh yeah, that one's for you. So yeah, listen, Screenrant says, oh, we fixed the problem of Doctor Who. It's just all the companions. Yeah, don't think about it too hard. Don't think about it too hard. And also, Doctor Who doesn't need fixed because it's the bestest ever. It's nearly as good as Star Trek Discovery. Oh, It's garbage. It is utter garbage. Garbage tier sci-fi, which is basically all we get nowadays. Listen, we get Raised by Wolves, which I freaking love, okay? I absolutely adore Raised by Wolves. But basically, they've taken everything that we love, Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, and turned it into a dull chick fest. So again, if you want to call that progress, good for you. I call it cultural vandalism. So there you go. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.